Well, greetings to you. I'd like to talk about something which is really quite difficult, actually. It's a concept more than anything else. It's called leadership. Leadership is a fairly ephemeral concept. Some people have it naturally, and some people don't have it and will never have it. And some people can be actually trained to a certain extent into it. And that's, of course, what military academies try and do all over the world. And, of course, particularly with our fine academies that we have here in Dartmouth, Cranwell, Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst. They try and encourage leadership. They try and develop leadership. They try and bring leadership out. Now, there's a lot of things that go towards making a leader. If you're a natural leader like Winston Churchill or perhaps Margaret Thatcher or some others over the years, you're very lucky. Most of us have to be trained in the concepts of leadership in order to make a decent fist of it. If we're put in charge of our first platoon or squadron or first command at sea or whatever it happens to be. Now, the problem is we have today, we do not have people at the top of the tree who are trained in this concept, and it's absolutely vital. It's vital. And also, in order to get that, you have to have respect. You must have the respect of people you lead, which means to a certain extent you have to be Caesar's wife. You have to be rather beyond criticism when it comes to your behaviour, because a lot of leadership is about setting an example. You can't hide behind rules and regulations or a sort of the barrack room lawyer to justify your position. And we've seen this now, have we not, over this so-called tea party and drinks party or whatever it was at number 10 Downing Street. And I'm not going down that route because it's very boring and all the mainstream media people have gone along with that, and it really doesn't matter. We'll soon see what the outcome of that is or not may be the case. However, if you are Caesar's wife, if you sit down and you think, no, it could be misinterpreted, it's going to strengthen your hand as the leader. And of course, the Prime Minister is the leader of the land. But there are other things you need. And we keep on seeing, do we not, people who are very, very senior. Savid Jahid, for example, whatever his name is, the health minister, who won't let us off the hook. It doesn't matter. We've come out of it. They've got rid of the masks, they've got rid of the social distancing, all these silly things that we had, which of course didn't work anyway, and lockdown, all the rest of it. But no, he has to keep weighing in. There could be another variant coming along behind. There could be another one. It really isn't good enough. He's had no leadership training, and moreover, he doesn't understand the concept of leadership. Leadership, you have to give hope. You have to give hope to people. You couldn't have Winston Churchill coming on the radio halfway through the war and say, bugger this for a game of soldiers, isn't it rotten? The Blitz was rotten, everything's rotten. We're taking heavy casualties in North Africa, things aren't looking good, and all the rest of it. Now, he was honest with us, but he always gave us hope. Yes, we will come out of this. These things will get better. Now, we're not getting this. Chris Witt is the same. Oh, we're never coming out of this. We've got to get used for another 3 years, probably, to vaccinations or masks or social distancing or maybe another lockdown. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. You have to give hope. You have to give pragmatism. You have to give that in leadership, and we're not getting that. It's too depressing. You can't have a nation run down all the time, feeling rotten all the time. You've got to look to the sunlit uplands. You've got to be positive. You have to be positive. And at Sandhurst, we were told it was quite a funny thing, actually. If you want to burst into tears, and there will be days when you do, for goodness sake, go behind a tree and do it. That upsets the men if they see you panicking or dithering about. Get out of sight, have a think by all means, but come back on the telly and say, things are going to get better. Things are already getting better. We know how to handle these things. Get about your business. Business as usual. Business as normal, which is the kind of spirit that we had in wartime, which everybody mocks now. Oh dear, it's not politically correct, is it? To hark back to those days when we were, in my view, at our greatest as a nation. So let's get rid of this negativism and let's bring some ministers in at senior level who actually can give us hope from a pragmatic point of view. Let's sweep away these people who climbed the greasy blasted pole with no talent whatsoever and no idea how we all feel. Get rid of them. Let's get some new people in. How do you feel about that? Would you respond? I would, my family would, my village would, my county would. Well, greetings to you. As you know, social media was a wonderful invention so that we could all communicate with each other and share our views and share views that aren't necessarily in line with the establishment, the global establishment, which is run mainly by banks and big pharma. So I've been doing my best to do that, but I am increasingly being shadow banned or taken down, and so are many others. So beware of that, and I will be tagging anything I do in the future with various sources and various channels so that you will know, well, I've been censored from this, but I've been censored, but you can find it somewhere else. So the whole thing can continue. And I think some of these new channels, which aren't owned by the establishment or influenced by the establishment, banks and big pharma and all the rest, you'll be able to follow the facts. And that doesn't mean fact checkers, of course, which are owned by the establishment. So I just thought I'd give you the heads up on that. And thank you for your sponsorship and your support. I thank you for it. Without you and the information that sometimes you people send me, I couldn't continue. Thank you again. As most of you know, my work is very heavily independently research based. And I get my information from all over the world. It would help if you press the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, because the more subscribers I have, the more likely it is that international independent research institutes will share their material with me. It's most helpful, and then of course I automatically share it with you. So surprise, won't cost you anything. Thank you very much.